7 of the previous 12 went on to win the title. The Knicks have outscored opponents by almost 24 points per game during that run, the best 9-game stretch in postseason history. Stephen A. Smith is back with us. Okay, so I know you know they haven't been to the finals since 1999. What have you seen from this team as they eye getting back?
Well, listen, I mean, first of all, you're led by Jalen Brunson, who's averaging 28 and 10 on 49% shooting. He's been absolutely sensational of scoring game one, of playmaking game two. Josh Hart, the Energizer Bunny, he's come together. He's handled his business. Very, very happy with him. Mikal Bridges, let me say this, let me bring this thing up. I've been all over him because I needed more. And he's been giving it to us. The man's shooting about 60% from three-point range. He is averaging over 18 points a game. They're getting offense. They're playing together. They're playing unselfishly. They're playing stout defense, particularly when it counts. They keep this up, obviously, they're going to the finals. Just like I said, they're going to the finals. That's how it's going to go down. Knicks up 2-0 in this best of 7 Eastern Conference Final Series between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Josh Hart showed up, showed out, had about 26 points last night, hit about 5 threes. The New York Knicks handled their business, after being the worst team in terms of them being the worst player, meaning a minus like 23 or whatever in game one. He showed up and showed out, missed his first three three-pointers. And Jalen Brunson and them kept giving him the ball, kept making him shoot, telling him to shoot. And sure enough, he got that stroke going. Props to him for stepping up, handling his business, and doing the kind of things that he's capable of doing. New York ends up pulling away, winning 109-93, taking a 2-0 series lead. That's not what I walked away thinking about, though. That's not what I thought I walked away thinking about. I want to be very respectful at what I'm trying to say, because I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers have it. I really, really don't. I know they were up 22 in game one. I know this was a competitive game for the first half, but to watch them in game 2 last night, excuse me, once again, my allergies are acting up, but to watch them play again in game 2 last night, there's so many things that I walked away looking at with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm just shocked beyond comprehension. Number one, Evan Mobley has 14 points in the first half, leading all scorers, and doesn't attempt a shot in the second half. How does that happen? How does that happen? James Harden is a guard in drop coverage. You don't see that, how that happened. But that happened. On one occasion while he was in drop coverage, he literally ran away from the ball and went to the defender near the top of the key, giving Jalen Brunson the entire left side of the court to drive to the basket. I saw Josh Hart literally stand outside the three-point line, figuratively speaking, of course. But this is how much time he had. He was so wide open. He had an opportunity to call his girl, his wife, and say, honey, I want some Uber Eats. Could you order that for me after the game and all of this other stuff before he attempted the damn shot. That's how wide open he was. That's how wide open he was. Made absolutely positively no sense to me how bad Cleveland's defense was. So that certainly was another element, right? So I got to put that out there. And last but not least, it all comes down to this. Cleveland's defense sucked. It was virtually non-existent. As my man Jay Williams pointed out, it was strategy in terms of giving in terms of giving Josh Hart open shots, but not OG Anunoby, not Mikal Bridges, not Karl Anthony Towns. Everybody was open. They were playing no defense, offering no resistance, and on top of it all, Cleveland couldn't hit any shots. I saw this last night, and I was like, this is not an Eastern Conference Finals team. Plain and simple. Which leads me to a bigger point that I need to make. And I feel I owe it to y'all to make it because I made it on First Take this morning, so I'm going to make it here right now. Just so everybody knows where I stand. The New York Knicks have now won 9 straight in the playoffs since being down 2-1 to Atlanta. Averaging 122.3 points per game on 54% shooting from the field, 41% from three-point range. 8 of their 9 wins have come by double digits. And you look at the historic run that the New York Knicks are under. Their shooting percentage over the winning streak is the largest for any team over a 9-game stretch since the 1987 Lakers. You look at all of that, and you look at the New York Knicks and what they brought to the table, and here's the reality of the situation that can't be ignored. Unless they win the championship, chances are you're still going to have to make changes this summer. I'm not bringing it up to belabor it. I'm just bringing it up to let you know where I stand on these airwaves, since I've said it on other airwaves. And I want you to know where I stand. Because when I look at Oklahoma City and San Antonio, I see the 2 best teams in basketball. Now, there are some that believe that the Knicks would lose to OKC. I'm one of those people. But that they beat San Antonio, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And it ain't just because of Wemby. It's because of Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell. Or Vassell. And Dylan Harper. And Champagnie. And 6th Man of the Year, Keldon Johnson. I mean, San Antonio's got weapons all over the place. And they're deep at the guard spot. Maybe not the point guard spot. Because with De'Aaron Fox being out, Stephon Castle has on-ball responsibilities. And he's got 20 turnovers in the first 2 games. I understand. But if you got all your ducks in order, if De'Aaron Fox can play, if he's not still being plagued by that high ankle sprain, San Antonio and OKC, probably the 2 best teams in basketball. And if you lose to them in the NBA Finals, how do you stand pat if you're the New York Knicks? We don't have to belabor that now. I'm just telling you because I wanted to make sure that it was out there. Since I said it elsewhere, I wanted to make sure I said it right here to my audience. If you're the New York Knicks, the only way you don't make changes this year is if you win it all. If you don't win it all, you still might have to make changes. Because the Eastern Conference is only going to be better next year. And the NBA as a whole is only going to be better next year. And San Antonio would have had some experience under them, and Oklahoma City is already a reigning defending champion. So chances are, this is your lot in life if you're the New York Knicks. And you're going to have to make these decisions, and you're going to have to act accordingly. I'm just looking at them right now, and I'm saying to myself, listen, I can't ignore what I'm seeing. It's beautiful to watch Jalen Brunson lead the way he's